level just started and we're already getting overrun. I gotta think.
Excuse me. Testing. Give it a couple more minutes. Bitcoin had a nice move up these last 7 days. 8%, that's not bad. The good thing is that the views are coming back and the channel revenue is going up again, which is pretty nice. Because obviously the more views, the more revenue. So it's like, you know, definitely coincides. Matthew Dropco in the house. What's up, Matthew Dropco? For 4 months. Thank you so much for the membership. I really appreciate that. Mog and Pepe. We'll take a look at both of those for you. Mogcoin. I should have bought Mogcoin. Dang. And Pepe. Yeah, because we even called it. You know, when we had this giant dip, we looked at the RSI. We said, hey, 3 is the mark, and it went to 28. And that was my opportunity. What's up, Silver Days? XRP Army in the house. So I actually added XRP to my watch list, but I don't think that the XRP Army has accepted me yet. Also, because arguably one of my first coins was XLM, and XLM I think is a direct competition with XRP. Can we check Voxy's money flow? Looks like it's about to switch bullish. Yeah, I'll take a look at these. I'm going to go back to making videos on the live stream because I need to boost my ad revenue. So just FYI, guys. I will be looking at your coins, but I'm also going to be making videos on them. So afterwards, you guys can go and you guys can definitely go and check it out. So in the meantime, taking a look at MOG on the live stream. So MOG is having a nice move up. However, just keep in mind we are still getting stuck at resistance. So from the high to the low, you could see we actually came up to the 382 at 72 and got rejected. So as long as on the way down we do consolidate over 6.48, the upside target at 73 would be in play. But just keep in mind, if we do break below this level at 48, then we are no longer going to be bullish. We're going to be bearish again, and we do need to consolidate over this previous low. How low is it going to go before we get a reversal? And if we're going to get a reversal, I have no idea. But that's why we have these targets, so that you can better prepare your portfolio. And once we do break out of 73, so theoretically, if we get enough volume and if it does push us over this level, 5.014 would be in play, which as of today is going to be around another 100%. And just keep in mind, congratulations to everyone that bought this dip. I mean, it already did 174% pump. So again, congratulations to whoever bought the dip, because you're still up over 100%. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. Taking a look at Pepe on the live stream. So let's take a look at Pepe. Yeah, so Pepe is kind of doing the same thing that the market's doing. We are consolidating, but we're unfortunately not bullish because we are stuck in between resistance. So a lot of coins are doing this, obviously. Resistance, I would put it at 5078 to 4001. So you can see we are actually smacked dead in the middle. As long as it stays over 78, then 4001 is a target, and then 4015 would be in play, which is the 618, which as of today is around another 70% pump. But we can still come back up to this level and then get rejected down and maintain a downtrend. So we do need to break over 4001, stay over that level, and then 4015 is in play. Just like how staying over 5078 right now is going to give us that target at 4001. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Excuse me. Cat in the house. We got a cat in the house. Oh my god, we have 2 cats in the house. Hey, what's up? Come on. Oh. Yeah, we got a cat. We got 2 cats in the house. Hey meow, hope all is well. XMW is making a comeback. If you have time, can you chart it? Yeah, considering that it's pretty bearish right now for some reason, even though Bitcoin's at 95,000, I can absolutely look at it for you. Morphware. Yeah, it is making a comeback. Yeah, so let's take a look at Voxys, and then we'll take a look at Morph for you. Ooh, OXC is about to have a breakout. Let's go. Yeah, so taking a look at Voxy's Voxel on the live stream. So we had a monster move up. And the good thing is we're still staying over 7 cents 38. If we do break below 7 cents 38, we will look at the next area of support, but we will no longer be macro bullish. Sorry, we will no longer be not macro bearish, because price under 7 cents 38 is macro bearish. And then you can see we actually came back up to 16.5 cents, got rejected. So again, as long as we stay over 7 cents 38, then retesting 16 cents 40 would be in play, and then 59 cents after that. But if we do come back down, and if we do break below 7 cents 48, then I would say you're probably gonna, and yeah, that coincides with the 382. I'd say that you're probably gonna get a bigger move down to around 4.5 cents. That's pretty much it for Voxys. Not financial advice, just my opinion, and thank you. Yeah, Morphware, what is this? Dude, oh my gosh, OXT is going up. Let's go. Let's go. Morphware. Yeah, we're gonna go with this chart. I think this is the right chart. Yeah, so this chart goes back until September 2024, but I guess technically it doesn't have this conceive. Oh yeah, it does. It does show it when it was conceived. Yeah, so Morph did pretty well, because look, it had a, what was it, like 90%? Yeah, 83%. So with Morph, yeah, we're bullish right now, and we actually got over the 618. That's really good. First of all, I hope you got in, like down here, and I hope you're not buying right now. But again, you can, and it could go higher, right? I'm just saying that. I wouldn't necessarily. But yeah, as long as we're over 10 cents, you're over the 618. You know how usually we get coins coming back up to 382, get stuck, and they get rejected? Same with the 618. So even Bitcoin's getting stuck at the 618. And then you see like it closing, candles closing underneath the 618. But look at this. Morph is actually over the 618. Yeah, so it actually closed over the 618. And it's still maintaining price action over 10 cent 18. So this is very bullish. As long as we stay over 10 cent 18, then around 13.5, 13 cent 77 would be the next target. And then from there back up to all-time high. And then if this thing goes parabolic, then you're looking at 61 cents, which as of today is around a, what is it, like, yeah, 5x. So 5x is going to put the market cap around 450 million, so it's not super crazy. But yeah, good luck with Morphs. I really hope, or Morphware. I really hope this works out for you. So, and can you look at Brett? Yes, I just got a super chat. So, Cash App or PayPal? You mind looking at DIA or DOT? Oh, Ross, hey, don't worry about. I don't have Cash App and I have PayPal, but you don't have to worry about sending me anything on those. It's fine. I'll go ahead and look at your coins though. I appreciate the fact that you asked me that though. But I'll take a look at both of your coins. And then just keep in mind, I'm gonna look. Ooh, Polkadot. I was looking at buying Polkadot, but I'll tell you why I didn't. And then you said Brett. Yeah, we're gonna look at everybody's coin, but I have a super chat, so I have to look at that one first. This is the wrong one. It's this one. Yeah, Brett on Uniswap, which we have a chart for. Yeah, so Kat, I hope that answered your questions on Morphware. And then yeah, so I'll have those coins up, and then let's take a look at the super chat. Super chat for 2 beans. I love big booties. 11. Let's go. For 2 beans. Thank you so much for the 2 beans. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Troll on Solana. I actually looked at that. It was so frustrating because for the first time ever, I downloaded Phantom, and I saw Troll on there, and I think if I'm not mistaken, hold on, let me see. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Troll, like it went down 99%, and now it's back. But yeah, it was on Pump Fund. So this is the Troll, right? If I'm not mistaken, because didn't it go down like? Oh, I guess it was 62%. Can you let me know if this is the right Troll? Yeah, 1 million liquidity. Yeah, I was looking at this coin because it was right there on in the front. Oops. Yeah, not this one. It was this one. Yeah. So this is going parabolic right now. It broke the previous high. So look, it came out in April. So just be careful with it. We're gonna have to look at it on the hourly. But look, you actually broke the previous high. So right now, obviously you know it's a gamble play, so good luck. Yeah, so right now for Troll, yeah, so you just broke the previous high. So let me see. Yeah, so right now 5 cents 60 is in play. That is the next target on the upside. And then in terms of areas that it absolutely needs to hold, I guess I would just say the 236382 with any sort of pullback. So you're looking at 2.5 cents to 2 cents 70. So as long as it stays over this box, then I'd say, yeah, this thing's going parabolic. So I'd say 5 cents 67 would be in play. And as of today, it's around another 86% pump. So that's going to put the market cap roughly under $60 million. So again, it could go another 10x from there. 50 cents would be, 500 million. And then if it 100x's, then, you're looking at $5. But for now, 86 cents, or sorry, for now, 5 cents 70, 5 cents 70 is in play, and it's really good. I mean, you made a higher high, and it looks like it's attempting to break out. So good on you. Appreciate you. Curious to hear your thoughts on Dot. Yeah, I'll get to that. Appreciate email. You're welcome, Kat. Thoughts on Toshi right now. I'll get to that. I got in at 13 million, so you're up almost 3x right now. But the problem is you probably didn't put ape into this, right? And it always works like that, where it's like, ooh, the gamble plays. It's like it looks nice, but I'll put in like a couple $100, and then that turns into 600, and then it's always frustrating because if you just go back in time and put in like 10 grand, and all of a sudden your 10 grand's worth like 30 grand, 40 grand. So it always works like that. But regardless, you don't have to say how much you bought, but I really hope you have a decent bag because you're up 3x on it right now. So congratulations. Let's see. Or you might just be a degen and not a degen, but like, you might just be a crazy person and just put in actually 10K. So nobody's going to know. But yeah, let's take a look at Polkadot. The reason why I wanted to, I said I was looking at Polkadot, but I didn't buy, is because of the fact that they're distributing, they're releasing circulation into the supply, which I'm not a big fan of. If you also look at the token unlocks, you can see that, they're releasing coins until 2030. And, right now the market cap 6.73 million, assuming that it stays at $4.29. And given that we do get to 2030, the market cap is going to rise to 10.37 billion. So I don't like inflationary, but Polkadot is a good project regardless. However, I do have to say I don't have to say, the chart says it hasn't been performing that well, obviously, in this cycle. Now, just keep in mind, a lot of coins haven't, including my coins. Like the 99% of the coins haven't been performing well, and that's because we didn't get alt season. A lot of coins we did come back up to the 382 and get smacked back down. So for Polkadot, very simple. Bullish over $9.59, bearish under 635, which we also made a lower low. So as of right now, if it does break down, we do need to hold this previous floor at $3.24. Otherwise, we are going to come back down and probably make a lower low. We don't know how low it's going to necessarily go before we bottom. So our hope is we just bottom at $3.26. And then yeah, so on the shorter time frame for Polkadot, we are getting stuck at the 236 at 440. We do have resistance at 440 and 530. Once that breaks, it should send us back up to 715. And then from there, if it actually maintains that price level, we'll look at it on the macro time frame. And then for DIA, which I am going to make a video on, taking a look at DIA on the live stream, nice move up today. Yeah, doing very good. I think we broke the 382. Yeah, so we broke the 236, we broke the 382. We broke the 0.5 now. It's confirmed. We actually closed over it. So as of right now, 72 cents is in play for DIA. After that, the next area of resistance, honestly, we're going to have to look at the macro time frame. But yeah, DIA is doing very good. And yeah, that actually does coincide with the 382. You see how the 618 coincides with the 382, shorter time frame, the macro time frame. So once we break this box, then this thing's probably going to go back up to the 618. So we're looking at DIA at $1.66. And then from there, we'll keep monitoring it. We'll look at areas of support and whatnot. Now, as far as any sort of retracements, I'd say as long as we stay over 45 to 51 cents, the upside target is valid at 72 to 75 cents. And that's pretty much it. Not financial advice, just my opinion. Troll. Oh, we already did troll. Yeah, so Brett. So yeah, taking a look at Brett. So nothing has actually happened. Nothing has happened from the last time that we looked at Brett. We said that we had resistance at this box. We need to break this box, stay over 6 cents, and then 10 cents would be in play. And what do you know? We actually broke the 382. Now we are back testing it, so we do still need to hold it. The good thing is we closed over it. So as long as we get consolidation over 6 cents, 10 cents would be next for Brett. And then once that breaks, obviously previous high, and then we'll look at the macro targets from there. But if in case we do break below 6 cents, then again, we're going to be stuck in this area of resistance. 4 cents would be, 4.5 cents would need to hold. And that's pretty much it for Brett. Thank you. And yeah, I think that's everything. So let me know if I missed any coins. I know a lot of people ask for coins. So what are my thoughts on Toshi right now? I don't know. What is it doing? Oh, Toshi's not really doing much right now. It's just stuck. So we're just waiting for volume for Toshi. I mean, we're waiting for a lot of different things on a lot of different coins. Like, yeah, like OXT. Still not at $1. So yeah, so let's take a look at Toshi. So nothing has happened actually from the last time that we looked at it. It seems like it's just still getting stuck at resistance. So like we always say, 236, 382 is resistance. It could come up here and get stuck and come back down, usually to 382 retracement. Once we break this box, 3087 would be in play, and then from there we'll take a look at it. But on the downside, 3035 needs to hold. Otherwise, we are going to come back down. But the good thing with Toshi is we're maintaining an uptrend, right? So if we could somehow make a lower high, even if we do get some sort of retracement, then it's not over for Toshi. So I'd say, 30 is 27. So 30 is 35 to 27 needs to hold. And as long as we get some sort of bounce from there, that could be the bottom. And then you could maintain this uptrend, and then that could be a reversal point for Toshi. But that's hopium for you. So just FYI. Not financial advice. I sure did a pin. Let's go. Hey, congratulations, man. Good job on making money. Very hard thing to do. Hello, bro. Can we take a look at Pangelinan and outline possible bull run targets? Yeah, so I've actually been... You know what's crazy? Daniel, I've been covering Pangolin since 1 penny. So if you ask me how much money I made with Pangolin ever since 1 penny, I'd say 0 because I never had any. But how brutal is that? But yeah, we've been covering Pangolin since 1 penny, since back here. And I don't know if you remember, but you remember, like, for anybody else that was in Pangolin, do you guys remember when that giant whale sold and it actually dipped the price under 1 cent? And then we got a huge recovery rally, and then it's been nothing but up from there. So that's awesome. So yeah, we'll take a look at Pangolin again. Pangolin really isn't doing anything right now. So hold on, give me a second. I heard the cookie jar open, so I got excited because I'm like, oh my gosh, someone's making cookies or something. Yeah, so with Pangolin, yeah, so on the shorter time frame, you can see it's the same thing, right? Where you want to buy when the RSI is oversold, and then you have an opportunity to sell when it comes back over here. And if it goes up to the moon, then obviously either you have some left or you just bite the bullet. But we have resistance here at 16 to 22 cents. 38 cents would be next. You'd still be making a lower high though, so you're still validating this downtrend. Price to beat would be this previous peak at around 47 cents once 38 cents breaks. And then I always said I thought the macro target for Pangolin was the 786 at $1.37 area. So I think at least $1.37. And then from there, you're looking at previous high at $5 and then up to $226. And I know a lot of people don't think that's possible, but I mean, probably like it's 150x. So can Pangolin hit a $6 billion or sorry a $5 billion market cap coin? Yeah, I think that's very possible. So it's not crazy. It's not saying like $1 trillion. It's not saying like Shiba Inu is going to $1 at like $1 quadrillion market cap, right? 5 billion is very possible. So that's what I think for Pangolin. But again, the downside targets do need to hold, and you can see we did come down to 11.5 cents, which is the 382. So that area does need to hold with any sort of retracement. Sold me Trump for Turbo. What's up, Moonbound in the house? I already know you're locked in. I already know you have Dogelon. So like I don't even care. Like I everything else, I hope you make money, but you already know your bag, and you already know you're gonna make money on Dogelon Mars. But I'll take a look at Turbo for you. Turbo's not a bad play, man. I think Turbo's on Robinhood, right? Let me see. Yeah. Moonbound in the house, everybody. Moonbound is a Dogelon Mars enthusiast. He has Dogelon Mars. He's a YouTuber. Definitely go check out his channel. I like what he says. He spreads a lot of positivity. He talks a lot about different indicators, and yeah, I like him. So if you want some Dogelon Mars content and some other stuff, like he looks at Bitcoin and stuff, definitely go check him out. He is an upcoming YouTuber. So yeah. So for Turbo, now with that being said, let's take a look at Turbo. Taking a look at Turbo on the live stream. So with Turbo, I think it's basically doing what with Bitcoin's doing, because Bitcoin actually got stuck, came back to the 618 and got stuck at the 618 retracement. Turbo got stuck at the 618 retracement, but once we break 2058, this thing's going parabolic, and previous high and 6 cents would be next. However, just keep in mind, with any sort of pullback for Turbo, we do need to stay over 330 and 41, okay? So it does need to stay over this box. As long as it stays over this box, the upside targets are valid, retesting the 618 at 2058. Previous high and 6 cents. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Turbo. Not financial advice, just my opinion, and thank you. Holding 3 million PNG coins. Keep updating it for me. Yeah, so Daniel, PNG is actually on my watch list. So where's it at? What the... Oh, there it is, yeah. So Pangolin is on my watch list, and it's a member coin. So I make weekly updates on it, and it's posted on Saturdays or Sundays. Okay, so if it's ever the weekend and you want an update video, the weekends is when I post my my watch list videos. Okay, and then Mondays and Thursdays is usually when I go live, and I go live after work at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then on Saturdays or Sundays, I go live in the morning. Okay, so you feel free to always stop by and always ask for your coin. I'll take a look at it, but if in case I'm not live and you want an update and you know it's the weekend, just keep an eye out for a pangolin on the weekend, because that is on my watch list. Elastos, please, and get you some Dogelon Mars. Can you look at Go Home? Appreciate the lives. Everyone hit the like button. TCU in the house, another great YouTuber. Definitely go check out his channel, the Crypto Undead. Very, very, very. We look at the same indicators and we chart similarly. And I like him, and definitely go check out his channel and show him some love. Go Home. Yeah, let's take a look at Go Home. Oh, I thought you were telling me to go home. I'm like, I am home. Yeah, so let's pull up some of the coins that people ask. I'll take Elastos. I remember I looked at Elastos. What is that? What else? Yeah, ETH AI token. I had two. ETH AI. You have ETH AI. All right, I'll take a. Oh my God, you're gambling. Wait, what is this, man? What is this? What is a, bro? That's crazy. What is this, like a 30x back up, and it's only a 1K market cap, and you have 1.8K lock liquidity, bro? Wait, are you? This is the coin. Are you? Did you really like? You put in like $10 or something, right? If you put in $10, that's like $300. That's not bad. Can you do Pengu and Floki? Yeah, Flex. Let me pull those up for you. Pengu. I think Pengu's on Robinhood now. And then Floki. Yeah, I'll take a look at Floki. Oh, okay. No, Turbo is an Ethereum AI token, bro. Oh, okay. I thought I was like I was like, what is this? Okay, never mind. Scratch that. Okay, let's take a look at Go Home. I mean, this thing looks like this thing looks solid as. Yeah, what the heck? What is this coin? I gotta kind of check what this coin is. On January 1st, the next day after the president inauguration, the White House has removed Spanish language version from its website and appeared to add a Go Home button beneath a 404 message, which has been updated to say go to home page. Bro. Wait, is that actually true? That's crazy. That's like extreme. Man, there's like no middle line if that actually is true. That's pretty that's crazy. I didn't know that. I never saw that though. So I don't know if that's, again, I don't know if that's true or not, but you know, I can't really have an opinion if I don't know if something's 100% true or not. So I'm not going to comment on that. But yeah, you could probably tell based on my expression that that's like, what the heck? I don't know if I believe that. Did this come out? No. Let me see. Let me try to find the full charts. Yeah, so this is the full chart. Wow. Let's see. Yeah, so I mean, how am I supposed to look at this, right? So you're over the 618. You just had a 618 retracement. Hold on, let me just make sure that yeah, so you had a 618 retracement at 239. You've been consolidating sideways. You established a floor over the 0.5, so that is the low. Yeah, so as of right now, 291 would be in play. 370, yeah, 373, and then 767. But just be careful. I mean, this might be a rug pull. This looks like it might be a rug pull, so just be careful with this coin, obviously. Yeah. And then in terms of support, hopefully we're over the 382. Yeah, we're over the 382, but if we do break below the 382, I would say 181 would be in play. But good luck. Good luck. Not financial advice, just my opinion. Paul, it says Axel. That's what I forgot. Yeah, let's take a look at AXL. Axelar. Yeah, so let's see. Hold on, let me check my coin really quick. I know TCU isn't a big fan of OXT, but it looks like it's moving. It looks like it's moving. No, Turbo isn't. No, I said Turbo is an Ethereum AI token. Once Ethereum recovered, good games. Yeah, but so is Dogelon. Yeah, we're just like we're just waiting for Ethereum to go up, honestly, because a lot of our coins are on Ethereum, and Ethereum hasn't been really doing anything. So that's what the unfortunate part is. But the good thing with Ethereum is that the 2 week stock the week stock RSI and RSI is completely reset, and we're actually curling up now, which is very, very, very good. So look, oh wait, no, that's a daily. Yeah. Yeah, look at this. Guys, this is very, very, very bullish. So we were bearish since February 10th to April 7th, and now we're moving up. So we're about to cross the moving average on the RSI, and the bands are now coming back up. So we're no longer bearish. We're getting a reversal. And I'd probably say, if we get some, if we shoot past 2086, then 2.7K would be in play. And if we don't get stuck there, then this thing's probably going to go make that all-time high. But what's unfortunate is the Ethereum dominance, right? So Ethereum dominance is still floored right now. You could see, and that's also because, and look, Ethereum dominance on the weekly. It's never been this oversold ever in the history of Ethereum. So if anybody's buying Ethereum right now, okay, and if Ethereum isn't dead, which I don't think it is, then you're buying a generational bottom. So if I had a lot of money, I would, based on the indicators, and not financial advice, but obviously you guys know my plays, but this is literally and a lot of like older people, they don't know about crypto. They're kind of bricks, whereas, you really want to stay in the know and always be on top of like the new products and new things that come out, especially as you grow older, because now you have money, right? Imagine buying Pokemon cards back in the day and holding it, or like, imagine buying Google or like those kind of stocks back in the day when you were older and you had money. So you always got to like watch out for this. Why I'm saying that is because it is absolutely insane that Ethereum stock RSI and RSI are down here, because in the history of Ethereum, this has never happened. So if you're buying Ethereum right now, you're buying a generational bottom. And that's given that Ethereum doesn't go to zero, right? So if Ethereum goes to zero, then yeah, good game. But if not, then you're buying, if whoever bought at 1,300, you're up like $500 on each of your Ethereum right now, So, anyway, I think I made my point. But yeah, Moonbound, we're just waiting for Ethereum dominance to go up. We're waiting for Ethereum to have its bull run. We're having for altcoin season, and you can see right now, based off of this indicator, that we were all the way down here in extreme fear, and now we're neutral, which is pretty it's a breath of fresh air. It's relieving. But altcoin season indicator still shows that we are in Bitcoin season. So we haven't been in altcoin season since November of last year. And the time before that was April. So April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 7 months. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. So maybe we start going up in June. But again, history doesn't, although history likes to rhyme, it doesn't necessarily repeat itself. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my ramble. I do think we will have alt season. We just have to wait. And I'm pretty excited because my coin's going up right now. So, Yeah, OXT to the moon. Where's Aloe? Aloe's going to be so jealous that I'm going to make so much money on OXT. I'm just joking. Let's see. Only fool riding M87. Yeah, you got it. I'll take a look at M87 for you. We have a lot of different coins to look at right now, so I was kind of babbling on. So let's take a look at everyone else's coins. Debt Relief bought Bitcoin on base and AMP. Yeah, Vince, give me a second. I have like 5 coin down to look at, and then just remind me. I'll keep this up for it though. Debt Relief bots. Yeah, this one, right? Yeah, we have a chart for this. Okay, yeah, we do need to update our chart because our previous low broke, and then we made a lower low. So I'll take a look at it for you. Yeah, so let's take a look at Elastos on the live stream. So I know some of these people are gone, but we'll still take a look at it in case they want to come back and rewatch a live stream or something like that. Yeah, so for Elastos, nothing's really changed. It is bearish under $1.57 and it's bullish over 212. You can see we had a huge fake out and a sell-off that put us back on under the 236, which means that we are bearish still. And then again, no bull run until we break $2.13 on the macro time frame. So very important. And we came back up to the box, and it's basically the same thing for every single coin, okay? In terms of support, I'd say it needs to, yeah, so it came back to the 618. So if $1.27 doesn't hold, we're probably going to come back down to the low at around $1. And then from there, you know, who knows? We might come back down to the December lows, but we'll just see, because at that point, it's really hard to figure out where a coin's going, especially when it's macro bearish, because again, it could just keep making lower lows, and it's going to be very, very, very bearish. But that's pretty much it for Elastos, not financial advice. Obviously, everything is just my opinion. Pudgy Penguins, the one that's on Robinhood. So congratulations to whoever bought this coin before Robinhood, because you probably made a ton of money. So yeah, so for Pudgy Penguin, came out December 2024. Yeah, so was this 7 cents though? No, it wasn't. Yeah, so we're gonna use this. We're gonna use this as a high. Yeah, so for Pudgy Penguin, hold on, let me like reset the. There we go. Yeah, we're still in a downtrend. This isn't, this isn't too good of a chart, but you could see for Pudgy Penguin, we did break the 382. So like we always say, 236, 382 retracements in play. Once that breaks, 618. So in this case, we did get stuck at the 0.5. So as long as we stay over, because resistance flipped support, as long as we stay over 2097, then it is still macro bullish, and 1 cent 70 would be in play. And then from there, once we get a breakout, this thing's going back up to its high. But just keep in mind that is around another 47% pump, and then back up to its high is going to be around a 3x. So that's pretty much it for Pudgy Penguin. Not financial advice, just my opinion, and thank you. Jesus Christ, you people deserve to lose your money buying Pudgy Penguin. What's up, RL Morph? We got a Dogelon Mars enthusiast here in the chat. A Dogelon Mars king. A Dogelon Mars millionaire. Cookie Dow. Yeah, Cookie Dow's. I'm going to make a video on this because it's up so much. Let's take a look at Axelar, and then Faky, and then DRB, and then I don't know. I'll read the chat. Oh, M87, right? Yeah, this one, M87. Okay, so taking a look at Axelar on the live stream. I don't think anything has changed with Axelar. Yeah, so I know you're probably very anxious and you really want your coin to go up, and that's the same thing with me. But unfortunately with Axelar, you just have to wait. You have to just bear the suffering of always thinking that it's going to go down and make a lower low, which is exactly what's happening with me and my coin. But Bearish under 46 cents, bullish over 64 cents, so you got long ways to go. On the shorter time frame, we are getting stuck at resistance. You can see we came up to 38 cents and got stuck. And you got to understand, people trade like this, right? So when you get a massive sell-off, you know, you buy the dip and then you sell at the 236, 382. So if people that were doing this the entire way down, you can still make money because look, you bought this dip and then you sold it at the 382, or even you sold it at the 236 because you don't really know how high it's going to go, right? Nobody knows how high it's going to go. But even here, you buy the dip and then you sell at the 236, and then back here you buy the dip and then people are obviously going to sell, and there's going to be selling pressure at the 236.32. But once we break 46 cents, then 65 cents would be in play, and then from there, as long as you don't validate this downtrend, which is obviously horrible, and you're just making lower highs across the board, and you're in this downtrend, and it does coincide perfectly with the 618. So what you don't want to see is a fake rally to 618 and then come back down and make a lower low, which might be actually what happened here. Let me see. Yeah, so whoever bought here, that was a trap, right? Yeah, so you didn't even necessarily come up to the 618, but you did go halfway there, and then you made a lower low. So we do need to see a breakout over the 618. So, which in this case, what is this? 63 cents, 65 cents. But that's pretty much it for Axelar. Not financial advice, just my opinion. And on the way down, it does need to establish a floor over this low. And if it does, then that's good. You're going to get consolidation and then eventually a breakout. And the targets on the upside are still valid at 38 to 45 cents. Not financial advice, just my opinion. So debt relief bot. So check it out. We said we had resistance at 301 at 3013. We got stuck at it. I mean, very simple. Look, we got stuck at it. Not good. That's not a good sign. Doesn't look good. We broke this previous low, so we made a lower low. Very simple. So we're going to remove everything and we're going to start from scratch. Okay. So at this point, this previous low needs to break. Otherwise, I don't know how low it's going to go. But 405 needs to hold. If it doesn't, then we're probably going to, then again, the floor is going to break. We don't know how low it's going to necessarily go. It's like catching a falling knife, right? You can get lucky or you can cut yourself. Yeah, and then we'll leave it at that. So 4077 to 3001 would be resistance. So just keep in mind, if we do get some sort of reverse rally and a recovery rally, you can still come back up to these levels and get rejected. And then just keep in mind that it is still validating this downtrend because you're still making lower highs. Okay. And once we break 301, then 3015 would be in play. But I guess debt relief bought back up to its all-time high right now is around a 7x. It is a 5.3 million market cap, so obviously you already know it is a gamble play. But nonetheless, good luck, and I hope it works out for you. Let's take a look at Faky. Taking a look at Faky on the live stream. Let's see. Yeah, Faky's having a nice move up, but I do think we are getting stuck at resistance, which we are getting stuck at resistance. Luckily, it's closer to the 382. So Faky is still not bullish because we're not over 4092. We are getting stuck in this box. Once we break 4091, it should send us back up to 3014, and then from there to the moon. But you are still validating this downtrend, and on the downside, 4069 does need a hold. And that's pretty much it. I mean, Faky is it's around a 3x back up to its all-time high. So you're looking at a 2.4 billion market cap. I don't think they've released coins, right? Yeah, so the market cap, look, it's going to go back up to its previous high. So I guess it's fully diluted, so we don't have to worry about any dilution or token unlock. So 2.5 billion dollars isn't that much. So very doable, very possible for Faky. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Taking a look at M87 on the live stream. So nothing has really happened from the last time that we looked at M87. We did say that we have resistance at 406 to 4076. You could see we are attempting to break out, but we're not quite there. Okay, so we're still getting stuck at this area of resistance. Once this breaks, it should set us back. It should shoot us back up to 301, which as of today is around a 70%. And then from there, I mean, back up to its all-time high, you're looking at a 200%, and then to the 1618 target is around a 250% pump. But regardless, it's still bearish under 406, so that is the price to beat. As long as we could get over it, even consolidate in this box, the next target at 301 would be in play once we break 4076. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. Cookie Dow breaking out. Oh my god, does that mean OXT is breaking out? OXT? Nope, it's going back down. Taking a look at Cookie Dow on the live stream. So let's see. Yeah, so Cookie Dow is actually having a nice move up right now. The problem is that I think we're still, so we're still in resistance. Right now, the target is 18 cents 30. So if we can manage to get over close and stay over 18.36, you're looking at Cookie Dow at around 33 cents being the next area of resistance. Once that breaks, this thing's going back up to its high. And then in terms of the macro targets, you're looking at $3.96 once we break this previous high. On the way down, it needs to stay over 12 cents 79. As long as it stays over that, then you are just still consolidating in resistance. The upside targets at 18.40 and 33 cents would be in play. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Let's go. All right, what am I missing? Okay, so Daniel, you said Cookie. Oh, no, Vince, Bitcoin on base. I think you got a couple more coins. Can you let me know Bitcoin on base? Yeah, so for Bitcoin on base, you can see nothing has happened. So we have resistance at, and this is where it gets boring. And this is always super important to keep in mind, because if you're holding and if you're up because you bought the dip, you just don't know if you're going to sell or not, right? And how many times have we bought and then it goes up and then you actually end up losing money and you're down, right? So again, that mentality aside, you need to start understanding that, like, you know, when people buy the dip, these are the targets that people are going to most likely buy. So unless it's going to be bullish and unless the bull run started and altcoin season's there, we are going to get stuck at these areas of resistance, or if there's news or if there's partnerships and you know, things outside of the normal So we're stuck in resistance right now, 21 to 29 cents. As long as we're over 21 cents, 29 cents would be in play. For whatever reason, if we break below this box, then 13.40 needs to hold, which is this previous low. Otherwise, you're just going to come back down and make a lower low, and that I put it at 8 cents. Okay. Once 29 cents breaks, then I'd probably say, you know, the 618 retracement, which is 46 cents is in play. And then from there to the moon. But at that point, we'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at it at that point. That's pretty much it for Bitcoin on base. Let's see. M87 actually a legit project going to billions. I hope so for you, man. I hope you make it. Dojalon Mars, let's go. ACH. Excuse me. ACH, man, I remember this coin being like 12 cents on Coinbase, and then they rugged it. Yeah, so for ACH, I don't think anything's happened, right? Yeah, so we've just been over the 3... Oh, no, never mind. Well, no, we've been over the 382 since, I guess, April 15th. Yeah, so, yeah, we broke resistance. We're over 2.5 cents. So as long as it stays over 2 cents, 45 cents, 20 is in play. Keep in mind, you came back and retested it. This is going to be the 4th time. So hopefully we break out, and then 9 cents would be in play. So 9 cents would be the next target. On the downside, it needs to stay over 2 cents 40. If it doesn't, then we're probably going to get a bigger move down. But the good thing is that every single time we've broken below this area, we've stayed over the 382, right? Oh, sorry, we've stayed over the 236. So technically it's just consolidating in this giant box right now. So, you know, so on the downside, 1.5 cents would be worst case scenario. That's pretty much it for ACH. I hope that made sense. DIA's pumping. Let's see if they're telling the truth. Oh my gosh, let's go. Oh, let's go. Congratulations. Why is my coin not pumping? Congratulations. Oh my gosh. Are we getting stuck at the 618? No. But yeah, actually it's funny. We said 72 cents. Imagine if it hits 72 cents and it gets rejected. Just be careful. That is the next area of resistance. 72 cents is in play. Manaki. Manaki for Flex. Yeah, so for Manaki, nothing is actually happening. Oh, wait. We broke below the box. That's not good. Stock RSI is reset. That's good. Yeah, so for Manaki, yeah, we came up to resistance, right? Yeah, so for Manaki, it was bullish over 2032, and that's what this line of resistance is. And you can see we attempted to break out twice, but we didn't. So that's where it's super important, where you need to know, hey, like if I don't think, or if I don't feel like it's going to break out, I should probably sell, because it's probably going to get some sort of big sell-off, which is exactly what happened. Now, we needed to hold the 236382 on the downside, which we didn't. So yeah, that's what this area of support is, which is the 618. So as of right now, because we broke basically everything on the way down, the next area of support is 2016. As long as we could get some sort of bounce and recovery rally there, I'd say 2032 would be in play still. And we need to break over that to be macro bullish. If not, then we're probably going to come back down. But if 2016 does break, then we are probably going to come back down to the lows. That's pretty much it for Manaki. Not financial advice. Let me look at my coin. No, it's not pumping. One day it'll pump. Yeah, wow, 75 million. I mean, this chart looks like identical to... Look at this. Let me compare this with OXT. Yeah, it's like almost identical. No, actually, you know what? DIA had a monster move up. Never mind. OXT hasn't had a monster move up. Beam. Let's take a look at Beam for Flex. Wrong Beam. Okay, yeah, that's right. I have to use this. Yeah, so for taking a look at Beam. So yeah, nothing has actually happened with Beam. Same old, right? We have resistance at 2079 and 1 cent. Until we break these areas, unfortunately, nothing's going to happen. So just don't get overly excited if we do come up, because look, we came up last time and we got stuck in resistance and came all the way back down. So just don't get overly excited if you see it at 1 cent, because that's still resistance. They come back up to 1 cent and get smacked back down, and we're going to come back down, okay? But once this area breaks, you're just going to get probably a giant green candle back up to 1 cent 80, which as of today is going to be around a 150% pump. But that's pretty much it for Beam, so good luck with that. Now, financial advice. Am I missing anything? Manaki Beam, thanks. Has he covered DIA yet? Yes, I did. I just did DIA, yeah. Also, just keep in mind, I did make a video on it. So after the live stream, I will be posting the video, so you can check it out. Please let me know if there are any coins that you need me to look at. I want to say I will probably be live for another 10-15 minutes. It's a little bit over an hour of live streaming today. I think we got in a couple of good videos. Most of these videos will be posted after the live stream. So if in case you missed something or if you want to recheck it, definitely check it out on the channel. Yeah, so straight, I mean, I could just, here, I'll just take a look at it again for you. It's not a problem. But just remember yeah, because I don't think, because nobody's really asked for anything. So, pretty slow right now, so I could take a look at it again. Yeah, so for DIA, we broke out, okay? So like we always say, you have resistance at 236382. Once that breaks, it should send us back up to the 618. So right now you can see we broke the 0.5 and we're headed towards 72 cents, okay? On the way down, it does need to hold the 236382. So for any sort of retracement, I'd say it needs to hold 46 to 52 cents if we get a massive sell-off. As long as it holds this area, then the target at 72 cents is still in play, okay? And that's pretty much it. I mean, that's pretty much it for DIA. Not financial advice, just my opinion. I hope you didn't scroll back and then like you're gonna like see this video again. Leva, we got coin requests in. Oh, gamble play. This isn't really doing much, but I'll still take a look at it for you. Yeah, this isn't really doing much, but I'll still take a look at it. So 3.28 million. Why does it say 5.2? Oh, you know what? It's probably because it's not. Yeah, I'm having a hard time finding this coin. So I'm not going to waste too much time with it, but there is no TA on this coin. You know, it just came out. It came out 2 weeks ago and it's just going sideways. And it's not verified. The self-reporting supply is not verified, so we wouldn't even necessarily know. But yeah, so we don't know the market cap for sure. But yeah, I mean, it looks like it's just consolidating. So I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't really look at this. Flare. Yeah, I'll make a video on Flare. Taking a look at Flare on the live stream. So actually, I used to make videos on this coin, but then people stopped asking for it. We did make a lower low, but we got a nice move up. So on the shorter time frame, we do have resistance here, which, you know, we did experience resistance and then we broke out. So now we're over 1 cent 76. As of right now, 2 cents 30 is in play. Once that breaks, we'll start looking at it on the macro time frame. But on the way down, this previous area of resistance is now support. So as long as we stay over 1 cent 70, which is the 382, yeah, it's the target on the upside is still valid. What we don't want to see is coming back down to this box and then consolidating. But at that point, we just have to break 1 cent 75 again and then attempt to head towards 2 cents 36 at that point. But with that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Baby bonk? No way. They made a baby bonk? No way. Is it up like 5,000%? Don't tell me I could have retired. No way. They made a baby bonk, dude. No way. Oh my god. Oh wait, it rugged. Whoa. Oh my god. They made a baby bonk. Yeah, it went up 100x. Oh man. So your $1,000 could have been $1 million. Wait, is that right? 1,000, 10,000. Wait, 100x. 1,000 is okay. 10x is 10 times 10 is 100. Oh, never mind. 100,000. But you would have been crazy if you bought $1,000 worth of Baby Bonk down here. Yeah, so Baby Bonk for Demon. What's up, Demon? Welcome to the end of the live stream. Were you here? Were you here before or no? Oh, you did say something. I just scrolled up. So the 4 hour and the 1 day needs to be the same as the 1 week for the RSI and stock RSI. So the 4 hour and 1 day. No. They don't need to be the same. So the 4 hour and the 1 day need to be the same. No, they're different. So this, it's different. So the weekly stock RSI is way different than the daily stock RSI. But Baby Bonk, I mean, I really don't have much for you. I would just say it needs to stay over. Yeah, so we broke the 236, so 60 is 52. Otherwise, this thing's cooked and we're going back down. And then if this thing's going to go parabolic, then once we break this 15 to 18, you're looking at 4012, which as of today is around another 10x, which is only going to put the market cap around 10 billion, 11 billion. So huge gamble, but good luck. Good luck with that. Now, financial advice. This is obviously gamble play, and if you're actually doing this, then good luck. Let's see. I did not scroll back. Nice. Can you do Popcat, please? What's up, Cole? Welcome to the end of the live stream, Popcat. This thing's on Coinbase. Sorry, this thing's on everything. It's on Robinhood too, so I don't think you'll have any problem if you, especially if you bought the low. But yeah, we'll take a look at Popcat for you. See. Yeah, so for Popcat, oh yeah, we broke the 382 at 36 cents. So as long as it stays over 36 cents, it's macro bullish. 72 cents would be in play. Very simple. And then once that breaks, we're probably going to go retest this high, and then from there we'll look at the targets at that point. But I mean, this thing's only it's only almost a 4.5x back up to its all-time high. And the market cap isn't too crazy. It'll be only like a little bit under $2 billion back up to its all-time high, right? Let's see. Yeah. So it topped out at 1.92 billion, so a little bit under 2 billion. So yeah, that's pretty much it for a Popcat. Again, bullish over 36 cents. We did close over it. We're consolidating over it, which is exactly what we want to see for Popcat. You're welcome, Ghost. Cock Inu ACT SCI Gala. Once I get some money back, I make sure to send some gratitude. Hey man, if you get your money back, I'm probably gonna get my money back. So there's no problem at all, man. Don't ever feel pressured or whatever to send money out. My goal is to look at every single person's coin, and that's that. So I really appreciate that. Obviously, that's really cool that you said that, and I appreciate you coming here and you've super chatted before. So I appreciate the contribution. So we'll take a look at all that for you. Sold a short a while ago, 25%. Nice. Congratulations, Dr. Shiba. That's a good amount. 25% is a lot of money. A ZVCN, it will probably go higher. Cash is king. That is true. Cash is king. Cash is number one right now. Don't ever forget that. So yeah, let's take a look at Cock Inu. Yeah, so we have a chart for it though. Yeah, so actually my chart's coming true. So for Cock Inu, look, we established a floor over 6.39. We are in resistance right now, right? Where we said, hey, if we bottom here, we might come back up here. And I mean, I was pretty optimistic about it hitting the 618, but you can see we're maintaining an uptrend and it's following this pattern, right? We have resistance at 6.63 and 6.84, which we're actually in resistance right now. As long as we consolidate over 6.63, then we don't have to worry about coming back down to the low and breaking the low and making a lower low and validating a downtrend. Once we get over 6.83, then 5.13 is in play. But the reason why I I did that is because technically you're still validating this downtrend. So there's a really nasty downtrend that's forming right now, right? So we can still come back up here, make a lower high, and then get stuck and make a lower low. So at that point, you have to decide, hey, am I going to sell or not, right? So that's pretty much it for Cock Inu. Gamble play, I wouldn't necessarily buy this coin. I mean, 99% of the coins I actually don't buy. But, you know, it doesn't matter what I buy. It's a 865% back up to its all-time high. So good luck with that. ACT, what is that? Is that a test? I remember I took the SATs. I got an 1100. And what's crazy is that the night before, I went to the casino and I gambled and I lost like $100, and I thought, and like that was a lot of money to me. And I was like, man, this sucks. I guess I'm gonna have to go take that stupid test. And then I got 1100 on it. So I don't think that's bad. I think that's pretty good. ACTI. Okay, hey, you're gonna have to clarify that one, because is it this or what? But I know SUI and Gala, so let's take a look at those two first. Yeah, so taking a look at SUI, yeah, SUI is having a nice move up too. Are we getting stuck at the 618? That's the question. Yeah, okay, let me do a video on this. Taking a look at SUI on the live stream. So, yeah, so we are actually over the 618. So, like we always say, we have resistance at the 236382. Once that breaks, the next major area of resistance is going to be the 618, which obviously over here we are experiencing a sell-off here. We are experiencing resistance here. The good thing is that we're over $3.47. So as long as we're over $3.47, 421 in previous high would be next, followed by all-time highs up to $10.98. However, if we don't hold 347, then we do need to hold support, which would be the 236382 from the low to the high, which will be around $2.88 to $3.20. I'd say that as long as we stay over this box, it is still bullish. The targets on the upside are still valid. But if this does break, I'd say the top is in. We're probably going to get a bigger move down. And if we don't establish a floor and make a higher low, then you are going to come down and make a lower low. And then you are going to be establishing a downtrend that's forming. That's bearish case scenario. Bullish case scenario is we break up on out of here, and then we get back up to the all-time high, go into price discovery mode, and hit 10 bucks. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. Thank you. Let's do Gala, and then let me read the rest of the chats. Gala's having, hey, where's Gearhead? Can you use Toshi as an example? The RSI 2 hour. Oh, you're using 2 hour. The 1 day and the weekly is down, but the 4 hour is overbought. Yeah, you don't want to look at the 4 hour unless you're like trading, right? I'll show you an example, Demon. I'll show you an example. Because if you're looking at it, then it just depends on what time frame you're looking at it. Like, are you trading it, or are you holding it long term, like weeks at a time? Or are you trading on the day? Because if you're trading on the day, it's already too late. If you're looking at the daily, that's when you want to look at the 4 hour, candles, or the 1 hour candles actually. But even 1 hour candles, it's not necessarily going to give you much work with. 4 hour candle would be the way. But I'll show you with Toshi. So the weekly stock RSI matters the most, and the rest doesn't matter. No, the RSI also does matter, but the problem is when it does turn bullish, it really doesn't matter because it stays up there. But as soon as it starts coming back down, and if it breaks I'll show you. Also, do you have PayPal? I do, but it's totally okay. You don't have to PayPal me. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. You're already a member, so don't even worry about it. I'll just show you. And I appreciate the support. I really do. Thank you so much for that. But let me do Gala, and then I think that's it, unless Flex wants to tell me what the ACT thing is. And then yeah, let's look at Toshi then. Let me bring it up for you. because I'm gonna actually like put lines on it, and that way you can see how it matters. But yeah, I'm gonna make a video on Gala, so give me 1 second. Taking a look at Gala on the live stream for Gearhead. So like 99.99% of the people aren't gonna know who that is. But if you're watching the video, just know that someone requested this coin. And yeah, so you know, basically Gala hasn't been doing anything. It's just been consolidating since December of 2022. So we are almost going on 3 years of consolidation. We've also been getting stuck at the 382 like most coins. Again, the majority of the coins had a 382 retracement, came all the way back down. 382 retracement came all the way back down. Now, nothing's happening with Gala. It's still bearish under 3 cents 20. Hopefully we've established a floor. We made a lower low recently. We did hold the previous low, the October 2023 low, but then once we broke down, we made a lower low, which isn't good. But again, that would be the next target that it needs to stay over. Just like before, it was back here was 1 cent 20, but at this point it's 1 cent 17. So it did kind of lower the floor a little bit. Now bearish under 3 cents 20, bullish over 6 cents, and then once that breaks, Gala bull run 16 cents would be in play, as long as we come up, break and clear over around 6 cents, and don't come up and get stuck back and get sent back down. We need to close over it and consolidate over it. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Oh, Gearhead's here. Hey, you're actually here. That's so funny. I didn't see you here. Broccoli Head Jabroni, what's up? Haha, you're looking at Gala as I joined. Yeah, that's so funny. I actually said I'm looking at Gala for Gearhead. That's so funny that you actually showed up. It's like subconsciously you knew that I was looking at Gala, so you're like, hey, I'm gonna go check out the live stream, and then now you got to see live analysis. Anyway, okay, so for Toshi, for example, let's take a look at this. OXT. Where is it at? Hot dog garbage water, I already know. I'm not even gonna look. You're probably gonna type it. Toshi USDT. Truth. Okay, so on the daily, right? So on the daily, if you're like accumulating, okay, so for example here, like when we were extremely overbought here, this marked the top, right? Even here, okay, so here it marked the top. It didn't necessarily, you know, the stock RSI both times were in the like all the way up here, but what I'm saying is that when we're bullish, like you can see how we actually hang out over here. So we don't know at what point we're gonna hang around bullish and make, or bearish and make lower lows. But if you're like trading it, or if you're looking at it on the 4 hour, or sorry, on the weekly, then this is very bullish on the weekly, because we are curling up now. Blues over orange, right? So we did get a cross, and the RSI over here on the weekly, it is about to cross the moving average. Okay, so usually when that happens, again, you get a big move up. Okay, so, you know, we were under it, we had to move up here, we had to move up here, and then we made a higher high, right? And regardless, with Toshi, you're still making higher lows. Okay, so on the weekly, this is very bullish. So if you're, you know, if you had bought down here, let's say you bought the perfect timing and you bought it all the way down here, you know, I'd say that's definitely a good opportunity to buy, because the last time would have been here and you caught the move right before it went up, and then the time before that would have been, I guess back here, but there isn't enough data to prove it now, or to show it. Now on the 4 hour, we could kind of look at the same thing, right? So on the 4 hour, it's a little bit harder, because it's like, are you trading it or are you not trading it? Well, for example, if you saw the RSI on the 4 hour down here, and if you're like, okay, I'm gonna buy right now, and then the stock RSI comes all the way up here, but the RSI isn't up here, then again, you decide, hey, like, is this gonna stay up here, and are we gonna be making a higher high, or am I just gonna take the profit? So if you had taken profit, you would have made, you know, 28% on that trade, and then you would have made a lower low. Now the lower low also put you back into oversold. It doesn't have to go all the way back down to these extremely oversold areas, because you can see we actually didn't go down that low, but this price made a lower low on the chart. So yeah, so you know, you buy back here, and you sell it when the RSI this time, when the RSI is overbought, and you know, hey, on the 4 hour, the RSI and the stock RSI are all the way up here, right? So I should probably sell it, and then you know, you sell it and you bag another 120. This was a really big move up. But this is really useful for bear markets, because you're buying the absolute lows. Okay, so for example, like using right now as an example on the 4 hour, I'm probably a little bit like worried, because at this point it's like, hey, you know, Demon, we're coming up here, so me and you, we would have a conversation. Given that you bought down here when the stock RSI was extremely, you know, down, was bearish, right? So even if you had bought here, you wouldn't have bought the low, right? You would still be up 5%, but that's still a lot of money. Like if you put in 10 grand, that's like $500. So it's not a little bit of money. But over here, you have to decide, hey, when the stock RSI comes here and it makes a lower high, right? It makes a lower high. Is this going to be one of those cases where we actually hang around up here and then we make that higher high and we validate this uptrend and this uptrend? Or is it going to break down, make a lower low temporarily, come back down, and it's going to give me another opportunity to buy? So that's when I would use the 4 hour. But usually I like the weekly, because it's not like I have to like stay glued to it. So even if the price goes down a little bit more, you don't care, because you know in like the next 3 weeks, like obviously we're going to get some sort of recovery rally, which is exactly what happened with Ethereum. So that's why I'm saying, hey, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for Ethereum, because check out Ethereum on the weekly, right? So if you do the same thing with Ethereum on the weekly, look, we just stayed down here. We made lower lows, and then blue crossed orange, and now we're going back up. So right now on Ethereum, you know, you're up 40% on Ethereum. And the last time we were down here was with the RSI being this low and the stock RSI is being bearish, was back here. So it's been 3 years. Yeah, in June it would be 3 years since that's happened. And what happened since that's happened? Look, Ethereum went up 280%. So I know it's not like, you know, Ethereum, obviously it's Ethereum, it's a big coin. It's not going to go like 100x, but this would be very safe. So if you're buying Ethereum right now, or if you did buy Ethereum, congratulations. But that's pretty much it. Do you get 95% of PayPal donations, or is it like YouTube? YouTube takes 30%. PayPal, if it's friends and family, you get 100% of the donations. But YouTube, it takes 30% of the donations, which 30% isn't really that bad. So like if someone sends $10, like I get $7, you know. It's not too bad. Orchid is yeah, that's a new one. SEI. Did I look at SEI already? I don't know if I looked at SEI, but just let me know. Flip coins in the house. Yeah, weekly is like for holding, right? Like, look, 3 years. It took 2 years. But also, like, when you see this on the weekly, right? When you see the RSI this high, you're out. I'm out. But the problem is that if you are out, right, and if it doesn't stay, like if it does something like this, you miss out on a whole nother, you miss out on a whole nother 150% pump. So that's where it becomes tricky, because if we're in a bull market, it's going to hang out over here and you're just going to be making higher highs. But regardless, if you had sold here and if you bought back over here, you would have ended up with more Ethereum, but you would have had to wait like a year and how long? March, April, May, June. So yeah, you would have had to wait 15 months. And then you would probably be crying, because you would just think like, when you're in this, you're like, oh my God, like I could become rich, right? So you would probably be, like, you would need to like shut down your phone and not look at this, because if you see Ethereum going higher, you're just gonna get chopped up. So I use these indicators on the weekly because it's very simple. I keep it very simple. Flip coins in the house. I already know what coins you want me to look at for you. We got Snack, Billy, and Used Car. Let's bring it up for you. And then let me know if I missed anything else. Yeah, so for Billy, it's basically, it's still just consolidating. So as of right now, 205 still is in play. By the way, I actually downloaded Phantom. So I have to wait though. But also, I mean, dude, like it's so unfortunate. I wish I had bought back here, because it's like Billy's already up. Billy went up 150% and it's up 87%. But the good thing, again, I say this every single time, is that Billy has $1 million of locked liquidity, and it's only a $3.1 million market cap. And the audit has no issues. It's not mintable. It's not freezable. So very good play. But it's like it's already up 100%, and I'm just like, oh my god. But anyway, as of right now, 2.59 is still in play, and then 1 cent 19, and then from there, once that breaks, is going to be macro bullish. Used Car, and then I got a super chat, so I got to check that. Used Car, this I am excited about. Oh my god, did it actually freaking move up today? When did this happen? Yeah, Used Car is also up 100%. Damn. That's good. That is good. Yeah, so Used Car is also up 100 and something percent. As of right now, you can see we're still we're still long ways away from 2.028. I'd say 2.028 to 2.066 is in play. Once that breaks 2 cents 33, which is the 618 from the high to the low. But I mean, both of these coins are huge plays. 120x back up to its all-time high. So that's a really big move up. But yeah, so far so good for both of the coins. They're going up right now. Demon for 5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. I gotta close the. There we go. Oh look. Yeah, I gotta put like I gotta put this closer so that you guys can see my cat. Snack. Snack isn't actually doing anything. And then we'll take a couple more coins and then we'll call it. But let's make a video on Snack. Taking a look at Snack on the live stream. So Snack hasn't done anything. It's just consolidating right now. I believe we did get stuck at resistance. Yeah, so we did get stuck at resistance at 2.036. We are still in resistance right now, so on the way down, it does need to stay over 2.028. As long as it stays over this box, then you are looking at, and once we get over 2.036, you're looking at retesting 2.052, and then from there to the moon. But as of right now, you're still validating this downtrend that we're in, so it does need to get a breakout. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Turbo and CKB. Let me know. I'll take a couple more coin requests, and then we'll call it a live stream. Oh, XT's going up. Not bad. Turbo and CKB. All right. We'll do this. We'll do Giga Chat, and then I'm going to call it a live stream. So we've been live for an hour and a half now, so I'm going to edit some of these videos and then call it. Yeah, Turbo had a really nice move up. So I think Turbo hit the 618 retracement. So Turbo's doing the same thing that that Bitcoin's doing, okay? So Turbo came up and smacked against the 618 at 58. So as of right now, 58 is still in play, and then 87, 87 would be the next area of resistance. I'd say for Turbo, as long as we stay over 33 and 41, the targets on the upside are valid. But if we do break below 33, then the top is in. We're probably going to get a bigger move down to 2023. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. And then taking a look at Nervous Network. Yeah, Nervous Network looks like it had a nice move up, but these coins are all getting stuck, unfortunately. So, yeah, taking a look at Nervous Network, I think we're stuck at the 236382, right? Yeah. So, for Nervous Network, we're not over the 236382. We didn't come up to the 618 yet, but you know, maybe Turbo's front running CKB. We have resistance here at 2051 to 2068. Once that breaks, you are looking at retesting 1 cent, and then that needs to break. Otherwise, you're making a lower high and you're validating this downtrend. Okay, so once that does break, I'd say CKB to the moon. We'll take a look at it on the macro time frame. But as of right now, we are getting stuck at the 236, so it does need to get over 2051. That's pretty much it for CKB, Nervous Network. Not financial advice, just my opinion. And then let's take a look at GigaChad. Can't believe there's a GigaChad coin. That's crazy. Yeah, so taking a look at GigaChad, I mean, GigaChad had a nasty move down, but I mean, it's up. It kind of did what MOG did, right? Yeah, 162% pump, so congratulations to whoever bought it. GigaChad is getting stuck at the 382, but we're over it right now. So as long as we stay over 21, so 2 cents one, I'd say 3 cents 88 would be in play. And from there, we'll look at the next targets on the upside. But again, it does need to stay over 2 cents 16. Otherwise, the next target would be 1 cent and a half. And then if it does get below 1 cent and a half, it is going to be bearish again. And we do need to hold the previous low. And that's pretty much it for GigaChat. Not financial advice, just my opinion. What's up, Shadow Frost? What's up, Craig C? Let's roll. It was a joke. That's why I put the happy smile. How fast could a token like used car take to 100x? Well, actually, damn, I really... Do you remember I was like, hey, I'm going to buy used car and I'm going to buy Billy? Because this is exactly what I said, you know? This is exactly, you know, right here. Remember we were like, hey, the RSI is oversold. The stock RSI is dead. This, if anyone's were to buy Billy or use, and Billy looks the same, we should have bought it. I should have bought it. It's just I didn't know I was going to buy it. So now it's like, it's so now I'm like, hey, like I already knew that I should have bought it there and I would have been up 150%. So do I buy now or do I not buy? Because in the long term, these are great, man. Lock liquidity 200k to 517,000 market cap, and it's what 120x back up to its all-time high. And then Billy, the same thing, 1 million to 3 million market cap lock liquidity. In the long term, how big? How much is? It's just I hate putting in money in. Like I don't want to lose money. That's the problem. But yeah, it's 80x back up to its all-time high. So do I think it's going to go up? Maybe, but that's like, you know, if it does, it's like good game. You're done. You know, I put in $500 in Billy, and what is that? That's 100. Like that's what is that? 80x is 40,000, right? So 10 would be 5,000 times 8. Yeah, so it would be $40,000, which is freaking great. And if it goes up that high, what makes you think it's not going to go even higher? If it gets listings, if it goes on, if this is going on Binance, if this is going on whatever, then this thing's just going to go even higher than that. Why stop at a 270 million market cap when you could be like $1 billion market cap, you know? So I called it. I was like, hey, you know, the RSI is oversold. It's just hanging around here. Something's wrong. This is, you know, accumulation. Would have been great opportunity to buy. And then, you know, we went up. We blasted up on out of here. So unfortunately, at that time, I didn't know I was going to do it. I didn't even have a wallet. But now I do. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see. These are gambles. Regardless, these are gambles, and that's how I see it. Because again, it is 517,000 market cap, and it's 3 million market cap. But again, for these two coins, the potential is higher. How fast could it take to 80x? Yeah, that's a good question. I really don't know. I wish I could answer you, but for example, I mean, how fast did it take to, you know, this is a good question, right? So it came out, right? It came out and it went up, you know, it went up 800x, right? So how fast did that take? Well, that's a good question, right? So let's see. Date range. It took 8 days. Yeah, it took 8 days to make its all-time high. So these things move fast, and then actually, this is a fair point, flip coins, because look, even Dogelon Mars, right? I was typing in flip coins, so check it out. So even Dogelon Mars, why is this? Let me show you something. So Elon. Yeah, so with Elon, look how long it took. So I don't know if this was 8 days, but yeah, from the move to its high, it took 29 days. So like that's what we're talking about though, right? It takes 29 days, and then it's now going on 4 years of selling. You know what I mean? So 1 month can change your life, and then the next 4 or 5 years is just going to be selling. You know what I mean? And you'll know the top is in, because when these coins run, this is what it's going to look like. Flip coins. There's no pullback. You're going to the moon. Okay. Same with Shiba Inu. So like another fair graph. So like you'll know flip coins. How fast can it go? This is how fast it's going to go. Because look, I'm showing you, obviously coins that were like Billy and USCAR, and that, you know, did 1,000,000%, right? So how long did it take for Shiba Inu to go parabolic, right? So I guess Shiba is a little bit different, but you know, from prior to the move to the peak, oops. Yeah, prior to the move to the peak was 100 days. So it took 3 months, a little bit more than 3 months. But to make the all-time high for this move up, it was, I wonder if it was 30 days. Yeah, once we had a breakout, yeah, it was 25 days. So the majority happens, you know. It happens very, very, very fast, like 30 to 90 days, let's just say. But I don't know when, I don't know how long. It could be 1 day, it could be like 90 days, you know what I mean? Because I really don't know. You're welcome, Bruce. Oh, Craig C. Tau. Yeah, you're right. You were asking for Tau. I'll take a look at Tau, and then I'll call it a live stream. Let's look at OXT. Oh man, OXT is moving, guys. Oh wow. Let's go. OXT might break. It might break, guys. That's good. So yeah, let's take a look at Tau. Oh yeah, you know what? This is the one that I can't find the chart, huh? April 2024. Yeah, this came out 2023. Okay. So looking at Tau. Yeah, so right now we're over the 382. As of right now, 424 is in play. So 424, and then from there back up to its high. And then as long as it stays over 283 and 321 with any sort of pullback, the target on the upside is still valid. And the targets on the upside are still valid. You can see that also does coincide with 382. So as long as we stay over this box, 420 and then previous high would be in play for Tau. Now financial advice, just my opinion. Damn, I want to buy it too now. It looks like Billy can run before AMC. Decisions. Yeah, and also just keep in mind, you don't have to put in a lot of money, you know. Because even in $100 and 80x is like $8,000, you know. And if it goes to zero, you lost $100, you know. But yeah, I mean, you gotta do what's best for you, not financial advice. DZ, welcome to the end of the live stream. Yeah, I'll take a look at. So we looked at Bonk. I'll take a look at DGen and then I'm gonna bounce. So no more coin requests, no more super chats. And yeah, so taking a look at DGen on the live stream. Yeah, so for DGen, unfortunately, we are bearish under 2.037, bullish over 2.057. So it does need to break this area. Oops. It does need to break this area. Once this breaks, a 1 cent 17 would be in play. And then in terms of the downside, it just needs to stay. We don't know how low it's going to go. It does need to stay over 2.018. As long as you get consolidation eventually when it turns bullish again, 3.036 to 2.057 is in play. And then it might do what a lot of coins did last cycle, where it's like you come up, you get a 3-2 retracement, you come down. You come up, get a 3-2 retracement, you come down. So you really have to be careful with these coins. We don't know when we don't know when the bull run's gonna be, and we don't know when this thing's gonna go up. But when we do break this area, the next target is gonna be 1 cent 18. And this is all given that it comes down and consolidates over this previous low at 2.018. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. Now, with that being said, thank you so much for coming by to the live stream. I appreciate all the members. I appreciate all the subscribers, all the super chats, all the support, and thank you so much for everything. Just remember, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. This is all just for entertainment purposes. Nothing more. This is all satire. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will be live on Thursday after work, 5 p.m. I'll catch you guys in the next live stream. Have a great night. Have a great week. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next live stream. I already said that. Yeah, have a great day, and I'll see you at 10K. There we go. I forgot that one. Have a great day. I'll see you at 10K. Nothing more, nothing less. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got.